this episode of On Any Saturday, I'm down by Ein Bokek. What you're looking at on the right is the Dead Sea, and I'm going to ride up above it into the sort of the desert highlands that are above it. It's a little bit more of the desert trail, some of the stuff that you've seen in some more recent videos. Upcoming videos, I get away from that, although still in the desert. It's a little bit more of the technical stuff that I like.
Alright, I know there's some trucks out in front of me because they were here when I first stopped just to check out to see how washed out this was, but there's an alternative track just to get on this first climb. This is the first leg, goes through to what I think is the 35 and then carries on from there up to Arad, A-R-A-D. And it's supposed to be a very difficult trail for the trucks, which I'm assuming will make it moderate for the bike. We shall see, because there are some washouts from rains. Have a new booster in. Thank you, Teddy. Quite the view. Well, those trucks didn't make it too far. Let's find out why.
I ended up just going around the trucks on the little trail that you saw to the right. Just didn't want to wait for them, though they looked like they were having fun despite struggling. Overshoot that. That'd be a bit of a fall.
In a few minutes, we've had to come all the way up there. All right, where are we going?
So to get up above the Dead Sea and into this high plain of the desert, I probably climbed this hill for 8 minutes. So I pared it down considerably for this part of the video, but yeah, it was a long hill climb. Okay, as much as I like riding through the desert, this next session is about 15 minutes of it, so I'm going to speed it up.
If you're on a highway and road runner goes beep beep, just step aside or you might end up in a heap. Road runner runs on the road all day. Even the coyote can't make him change his ways. Road runner, the coyote's after you. Road runner, if he catches you, you're through. Road runner, the coyote's after you. Road runner, if he catches you, you're through. That coyote is really a crazy clown. When will he learn that he never can mow him down? Poor little road runner never bothers anyone. Just running down the road's his idea of having fun. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do.
This canyon was really cool, and I flanked it for a little while on this ride. I was looking for ways to get down in, not necessarily from where I was right here, but on some other trails. But I didn't find anything just yet, but that looked like a really cool ride if I could get down in there. A lot of the ride from Ein Bokek to Arad was a lot of this kind of dirt road desert travel. It's high speed, kind of fun. There's occasional washouts, but it gets a little tedious, so I didn't film it all. There's like 2.5 hours of video from this day or more. But the vistas off of this part were really beautiful, so here's some snaps of that. You might recognize parts of this trail from previous video, a group of us rode up this way and hit some of the trails just south of Ein Bokek, which is where I'm heading next. I chatted with these guys for a few seconds, but they looked like they were going to be a while trying to stack rocks to get this vehicle down off of this rock face, so I decided to go around. I kept this part of the video quite short. You've seen most of this in episode 1, where you can go back and see it if you haven't. This part here was just a lot of side-by-sides waiting for the rest of their party to catch up, so they wanted me to wait because they didn't want me to get run over. Good call. Ended up following one of the safety vehicles back through to find out what was delaying the rest of their team. So it turns out it was a flat tire that was holding up the rest of their party. I ride a little bit further up ahead and eventually just turned around and come back through. Didn't know if this was a one-way section or not, but I really did not want to run into a side-by-side head-on. So I turn around and head back through, and that pretty much brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Somewhere around episode 6, you'll see some more technical terrain, which I really like.
You're on a highway and road runner goes beep beep. Just step aside or you might end up in a heap. Road runner runs on the road all day.